Hey guys, Adrian with CVT. Today we're here with our new Wasatch tent. This is an evolution of the Mount Washington and the Mount Thielsen. We've taken all your feedback and incorporated it into our newest model, the Wasatch. Today, this one's gonna be our medium. This is gonna sleep 2 to 3 comfortably. We also have a large, which is perfect for a family of 4. In today's video, we're gonna demonstrate how to mount this and how to get it set up on your vehicle and some of those unique features that make it different. All right guys, first step to getting your tent on your vehicle is getting it mounted. Today we have it mounted on a Yakima outpost or a bed rack. This is perfect for those short bed trucks. You can also throw this up on the roof or on some of those slimmer low profile racks. So first thing we're gonna do is get it mounted onto the vehicle. Today we've mounted this at 32 inches apart. You want to stay around 36 inches. We want to clear the locks and the hinges on the back of the tent. If you do find that the locks or the hinges are getting in the way of your mounting scenario, you could always add risers to your rack. This will allow you to elevate the tent up 1.5 inches. So for today, on our outpost, we'll go ahead and get started with the mounting. So what you'll see right here is our mounting plate. You're going to have our track T-slots, our 5/16 2-inch bolts, and 2 5/16 lock nuts. This is gonna be for one setup. So you're gonna see 4 of these, 8 of these, 8 of these, and 8 of these. First step to mounting is go ahead and take your rail T-slot and your 5/16 bolt. Go ahead and slide that in. Make sure that it's slide in where this is not overhanging these side rails. You can do a little test twist to make sure it's secure. Once it's secure, go ahead and slide it into your mounting rails. Next step is you're gonna wanna get the first bolt that you slid in onto the opposite side of your vehicle's rails. So go ahead and lift the tent and slide this to the opposite side. All right, next step, you're gonna put your mounting bracket below your vehicle's rails. So go ahead and align these up with both holes. And once aligned, go ahead and hand tighten your lock nuts. If you find that you need longer bolts, these are standard 5/16 bolts. We've included a 2-inch. If you find you need a 2.5 or 3-inch, these can be sourced at your local hardware store. Once the bolts are hand tight, go ahead and push up on the rack and begin tightening it with your 13mm wrench that's included with your kit. Now, as you tighten these, you don't want to over tighten them, but you want to make sure that it is nice and secure, and you want to make sure that this is as level as possible. You will notice there is a rubber part on the bottom to protect your rails, so you will want to make sure that this is nice and snug. Now this is done on one side, you go ahead and repeat this on your 3 other sides, and your tent is now mounted. So one of the first unique features that we've done with the Wasatch is the latch system. One of the things that we found in the industry is that the dangling latches aren't ideal for when you're off-roading. You don't want to hear it dangling on the metal as you're driving. So on our latches, we've now incorporated a built-in lock. This lock is also closed off on the top so no one can reach their hand in, allows you to secure some of your gear inside the tent. So the first step you're gonna do is go ahead and grab your keys. Again, it's gonna come with a set of 2. We always recommend taking one off and putting it in the glove box of your vehicle just in case. All right, let's get the tent open. So first step, go ahead and unlock your tent. You're gonna go ahead and pull down on the latches until they disengage. Go ahead and push up on that bottom lever, and then these will pull out. These are adjustable. That way you still have the ability to incorporate an annex on your tent. All right, now that your latches are open, you go ahead and deploy the tent. Go ahead and grab onto your shell and push up. Let the struts engage. Now the tent is opened, you'll notice 2 bungee straps with an orange pull tab. Go ahead and grab these. You'll unclip them from the fabric. They are hooked on. You'll unhook them from the fabric. One on the front and one on the back. And then what you could do is go ahead and grab onto these orange pull tabs and walk this over. Next step, we're gonna go ahead and unclip the ladder. Go ahead and grab your ladder. You can pull it out, hop down. Go ahead and extend this all the way. This will give you a little bit more leverage for opening up the tent. Go ahead and push down. Then go ahead and grab up on this top lever and pull out. All right, the next step is position your ladder. This is one of the most important parts of setting up the Wasatch, as this is gonna be the main support for your outer floor. We're gonna go ahead and roll up the ladder cover. Next step, we're gonna go ahead and adjust the ladder You're gonna wanna start from the second one down, as this is gonna be the first one that's adjustable. You'll notice 2 tabs under the step. Go ahead and push those in and push up. You're gonna want your ladder at about a 45-degree angle. So once those are set, go ahead and just double check. Everything's nice and tight. We always recommend just putting 1 foot on and then testing your floor, make sure everything is nice and firm. You wanna make sure that this is not bouncing up and down. If you do find that your tent floor is not set and there is some movement, go ahead and start over by bringing this all the way out. Again, starting on the second one down and bringing these all the way up. Another unique feature about the Wasatch is the integrated U-bar. As you can see, this sets up for yourself as you open up the tent, so there's no need to put spring bars in. But one thing we need to do is adjust it so that the rain fly is nice and tight. So what we're gonna do here is go ahead and hop up on your ladder. You'll notice on the U-bar that we have some clips. Go ahead and open up those clips on both sides. We're gonna extend this all the way up until you feel it get some pressure or that you notice that the rain fly is tight. And once in position, go ahead and clamp the right and left side down. Once you have these all the way extended out, you'll notice your loop Velcro that's gonna go around this U-bar. Go ahead and put this on. This will keep this from flapping in the wind. We'll do this on both sides. Once you have the sides Velcroed on, go ahead and grab onto the bottom. You'll notice a little Velcro patch here. Go ahead and loop that around the U-bar and attach it to the Velcro on the inside. Another unique feature for us is our shoe bags or storage bags. These can be placed along the right or left side of the ladder, or also on the side of the tent over here. If you are placing these on the side, you will need to lift up on the floor and go through this back channel right here. Or if you want to put these on in the front, you'll notice a little cutout right here, and these will slide on and off. So when you use the shoe bags, you notice that there is a front cover. This is gonna protect from anything getting wet when you store your goods inside. Just go ahead and peel this open and you'll have access to the inside of the shoe bag or storage bag. If you find that you are camping in summer, you're not gonna see any rain, you want easy access, you can always roll this up. And to roll this up, go ahead and grab from the bottom, undo the Velcro all the way, and roll this completely up. You'll notice toggles at the top. Go ahead and loop these through. You can do 1 or 2 of them. 1 will hold it, 2 will make it look a little bit more neat. So you also notice these flaps hanging down here. Sometimes when you open up the tent, you will notice that they can get stuck inside of here. If you do find that they are stuck, go ahead and just lift one right hand on the floor and go ahead and pull that out. Once that floor is level, go ahead and attach these onto the Velcro. This will make sure that any water or dust is not entering into your tent. Next step is we're gonna go ahead and put the stakes on the rain fly. This can be done inside of the tent, but for today's demonstration, we'll go ahead and do this on the outside. As you can see, before we closed up the tent, we utilized those toggles to hold the rain fly nice and tight. This will keep any excess fabric from coming outside the tent as you close it. We can get more into that when we close it. So next step, we'll go ahead and grab the stakes inside the little pouch located in the tent, and we'll go ahead and apply them to the left side. So you can see here, we utilize these toggles to hold the rain fly tight. This is nice for when you close the tent. If it's hard for you to get to these, this isn't necessary. This can be utilized if you don't have room to put stakes in, or you want to hold that fabric closed as you close the tent, or if you want to hold that fabric tight as you close the tent, but is not 100% necessary, you can leave this loose. So for today's demonstration, we'll go ahead and open these up, bringing that toggle back through the loop. These will come down. You'll notice your 2 eyelets right here. These are what your stakes will connect into, along with the base floor. So go ahead and grab your stakes. You'll notice a small cutout in the fabric right here. Go ahead and place these inside into the hole. Make sure that they're nice and secure. You'll also notice a little rubber washer. This keeps water from dripping in. Go ahead and put that about 6 to 8 inches from the hole. You're gonna wanna face the bend up towards the sky and bring that back. And go ahead and loop them through the eyelet. You'll do this on the right and left side. Now your rain fly is all set up. So for today's demo, because this is not a cab high rack, we're actually sitting lower than the height of the cab. We are unable to incorporate those stakes, so we will need to keep the rain fly rolled up. You'll also notice that we've incorporated diesel and AC heater ports on the right and left side of the tent. Go ahead and pull on these to disengage the Velcro. You pull these out towards you. You notice that they will have a pull string, so as you run your piping through inside your tent, you can go ahead and pull this tight to keep it nice and secure and to keep it from falling out. Now that we've got the stakes in, I want to discuss the window with you guys. So you guys can see here, we have a unique feature in our windows. This gives us a little bit more airflow, more open space to see outside of your tent. One thing that you'll notice when opening your windows is a little pocket up in the corner. So this is where each zipper starts from. It is not a full zip. So it's very important that as you close your zippers, you always tuck them under this pocket to make sure that it stays waterproof. So if you want to open up your windows, go ahead and grab onto the little zipper handle, pull this all the way around. This can be done again on the outside and inside of the tent. You'll also notice that they can be rolled up to keep them from flapping. And this can be placed inside of the tent as well if they are both opened. So when rolling up the main window, if you do have the mesh screen down, you go ahead and use that same toggle, loop that through, and then make sure that you cross it so it cannot fall back out. Another unique feature about the Wasatch is the lighting system. You notice you'll have your interior lighting on your U-bar and then exterior lighting on the bottom floor. Perfect for if you need lighting inside your tent or you're cooking or hanging out outside and need some additional lighting as well. Our lighting system is equipped with a USB adapter, so this will be perfect to plug into your power bank. It also comes with a remote where you can adjust the light temperature and brightness. Another great feature of the Wasatch are these additional ventilation windows. They can be opened from the inside by the main fabric and the mesh will always remain closed. This is perfect for those hot summer nights, for that additional airflow, or for those that want additional light inside the tent. Go ahead and pull down on the toggles, and you can roll this up from the inside to keep it nice and neat. Another highly requested feature was internal storage. So one thing you'll notice on the back here is we have these large pockets. This is perfect for throwing clothes in, pillows, extra sleeping bags, blankets. You'll notice a top and bottom one, and then you also have the ability to throw some stuff in the back as well. You'll also notice as when the tent is opened, you have a little bit of extra space here in the back. That's perfect to store some of your linen, extra pillows for when they're not in use and you're just hanging out inside of the tent. If we come to the front of the tent over here, we also have additional storage up top and on the bottom left and right side. Another request we found is an internal support bar. This is perfect for those customers camping in heavy winds, heavy rain, or snowfall. This will be additional support for both the roof and the tent from moving as well. So you will also notice in your package that we do have strut locks that will lock onto the struts. They'll keep those from moving, and then this additional support bar as well. So to engage this in the tent, you'll notice a loop on the rear side of the shell located up on top. Go ahead and slide this through. And then what you're gonna do is loosen this by turning this right and extending this all the way out to the loop right below the U-bar. Go ahead and thread this all the way through, add a little bit of pressure to it as well, and then you can tighten this by twisting the main front bar to the right. Another thing that you'll find useful as well, if you are in heavy rainfall and want to reduce the chance of pooling up on top of your roof, go ahead and position this up towards the fabric. This will allow for fall when any rain comes down on the top. So for those of you that want to stargaze at night, especially on those clear summer nights, you can go ahead and open up your main window, roll this back, nice and neat. Again, it is a little bit easier if your internal support bar is not engaged, but it can be done. Also, if for those of you that are camping in summer nights and know you won't be experiencing any rain, the rain fly is also removable or serviceable if anything goes wrong. Now let's begin closing our tent. First thing you're going to want to do is remove your internal support bar, again by twisting to the right and sliding this all the way in. You can store this in the middle of the main floor mattress, We're gonna go ahead and close up all the windows. We like all windows to be closed. This will reduce any chance of fabric getting caught or hanging out from the tent when the tent is closed. Next, we'll go ahead and roll up the windows. But before we do so, one important thing is this main cord. We want to make sure that this does not get stuck between the floor when the tent is closing, as it will pinch the wires. So go ahead and lay this flat in the middle of your tent, just like this. Again, this can all be done from inside the tent, but for today's purpose, having the truck, we are showing it from the outside. All right, now that you have your stakes out, we always recommend rolling up the rain fly. Again, this isn't necessary, but keeps it nice and tight to keep all that fabric together when closing your tent. So go ahead and roll this up. Again, you'll notice 2 toggles on the left and right. Make sure those are secured. You'll also want to disengage the floor flap. Again, this will keep it from being pulled as the floor closes. Next step, we're going to bring the U-bar down. Open both clips on the right and left side. Go ahead and disengage both the Velcro at the main hinge point and around the U-bar pull. Next, go ahead and push down on the U-bar until it comes all the way down to the fabric and close the toggles. You'll also notice that your stakes come with a pouch. Go ahead and place all 4 stakes back into the provided pouch and lay this on the center floor next to the support bar. Last step is go ahead and just do a walkthrough. Again, making sure that all of the Velcro is disengaged, both on the floor flaps and the U-bar. Windows are rolled up, rain fly is rolled up. Again, that one isn't necessary, but if you're able to do it, it will help when closing the tent. We do like to leave this main entrance window open. This will keep the fabric from puffing as the tent's closed. It isn't necessary, but it is a little handy tool to help you do it while you're closing the tent. Another feature that you want to make sure you check is your internal strut locks. If those are still on, the tent will not be able to close. And then also your internal support bar will not allow the tent to close as well. So if you're having trouble closing your tent, most of the time those are still engaged inside the tent. Undo the Velcro on the ladder cover. Go ahead and bring this all the way down. You're gonna want to center this over the ladder. Sometimes this will slide to the left. Go ahead and bring it perfectly center over the ladder. And you can adjust this as you close it. Next, you'll grab onto the bottom of your ladder. Go ahead and push up. Kind of push up on your ladder as well. This will all close. Next thing you're gonna do is go ahead and grab the toggles on your ladder, push those in. Once the first one has engaged, you can begin to push the ladder all the way in. Next, we'll hop up here. Again, any excess of the rain fly, go ahead and just bring this to the top. Ladder cover and shoe bags can all be tucked in. We also recommend tucking these in as well. You could tuck these under the mattress on the right and left side. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and add the strap to the ladder. Again, this is that clip to keep it from moving. Next step, we're gonna grab our bungees. This is gonna hold all that fabric tight for when the shell is closed. We'll grab these guys. The orange strap will help you walk it all the way over. So we'll just wanna make sure that this gets over the fabric on here, and we can walk that around. Go ahead and attach it to the main fabric loop. Orange cord can go up inside the tent. Do it with this one as well. Again, make sure to get it up over the top so it's pulling that fabric in, and loop it onto the tent loop. Orange cord can go inside the tent. Once you have your bungees engaged, go ahead and grab your closing strap. We made this one extra nice and long, so it's easy to bring the tent down, especially if you're not able to stand up on your wheel or you have to access it from the ground. So go ahead and walk this back, begin to pull down, and then right when it gets to close where it won't open up by itself, go ahead and let go. This gives you the ability to walk around and tuck any excess fabric on the sides. Easiest way to do this, grab onto the shell, take your hand, push all this inside. Next, go ahead and wrap this up. Tuck it under the mattress just so it doesn't come out. Last step, go ahead and grab this bottom latch hinge, connect it to the lock, and push up on the lever. Lastly, we always recommend locking your tent if you store any valuables inside or keep those latches from opening while you're off-roading. Now that we're done with the run-through, you guys are all set with your Wasatch tent. If you guys need anything else, please reach out to us at support@cascadiatents.com. We'll see you out on the trail.